So yeah, they definitely have a couple in the league that perform and produce at a high level. Let's see. Michael Jordan, we knew he was clipped. We knew he was clipped. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Cam Irvin, I'm surprised he even made it this far to the last day. Cam Irvin is one of those guys that I've seen nothing but decline from this guy throughout his entire career. Throughout his entire career, specifically the last 2-3 years he's been with the Carolina Panthers. I don't know how. I really don't know how Cam Irvin survived last year. Yeah. Like, I don't know how Cam Irvin was still a part of this roster last year. So that name didn't surprise me at all. Another one of those guys that I felt as though if we got rid of him, we would have the opportunity to become better. I'm happy that Cam Irvin is gone. I hate saying it like that because, again, I understand this is guys' careers. I understand that this is guys' livelihoods that we're speaking about. However, at the end of the day, it's a business. I'm a fan, and as a fan, I hold the stance that we got better letting Cam Irvin go. I don't know how he made it this far. I'm happy that it happened because I couldn't stand watching him for any more amount of time than I already had to. I told y'all 2 weeks ago, on Hard Knocks, he over there gassing the nigga up that just abused him, patting him on the ass and shit. Cool. Like I said on that episode, cool, that's fine. If you're the good guy, that's the kind of guy you are, whatever, that's fine. Our priorities just simply don't align.
Yeah.
I need them ones that really ain't trying to be buddy-buddy. I need one of them ones that's trying to put your dick in the dirt by any means necessary. Cam Irvin just did not have that, does not have that. Over the last 2 or 3 years that he's been a Carolina Panther, when he's been on the field, he has not looked good at all. And I'm surprised it took this long. However, I'm happy that it came.
Yeah, and I kind of loop him in with Michael Jordan. I ain't really got too much to say about neither one of them. Just happy both of them gone. And I really only think Michael Jordan survived this long because of his name. But I'm glad to see him fucking out of there too. So
facts. Let's see. Any other names? Cam Peoples. Cam Peoples is one of those guys that I know a lot of people were excited to see what he could do this offseason. I know even Yak. I know Yak commented on him and his size and just how he looked during the offseason and the preseason and things of that nature. So I don't know what happened there. I
do. I can pinpoint it. Okay. I can pinpoint everything that happened there.
Okay.
When we were at training camp, he got on the field, didn't know the play. Andy Dalton was yelling at him.
Yep.
And then after that, we ain't see him no more. Damn near throughout the rest of the training camp. So that's a lack of focus, lack of not studying your playbook, lack of not knowing where you're supposed to be when you need to be, when you battling for a spot on the team. So that tells me you don't want it bad enough. He gets in the game the other night, fumbles the ball, first play he touches it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't see that.
From that point on, knew he was cut. Then he got a little wheel route, I think it was, thrown to him in the end zone. Made a great play, caught the ball, didn't possess it. So, I guess he really didn't catch it, but they was looking at it for a minute. It looked like he caught it, but turns out he didn't catch it. Or he caught it actually and got stripped, they said, and fumble out the back of the end zone, touchback. So,
wow.
Yeah, so.
I didn't know either one. I told you I didn't get a chance to watch the full game.
Yeah, he had a chance to redeem himself, so I just knew pretty much from that point on he was cut.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, Spencer Brown also got cut as well, so I guess we're going 3 running backs. Yeah. And I don't know why, because I will say I saw Spencer Brown. I seen Spencer Brown throughout the training camp, preseason, everything, and I saw what he did the other night. I seen the stat line. I seen the touches that I seen, and he looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think, but I also think, not to cut you off.
No, you I was just going to say, especially with Miles Sanders having this groin injury.
Yeah.
So that shit is a question mark to me.
He'll be back. Practice squad.
Yeah, that's what I seen. I seen that Panthers had every plan to bring him back on the practice squad if he clears waivers, but I mean, I think he had a solid preseason. I think he ran the ball hard. And I think if teams really, really, really need some depth in their running back room and they happen to look down the line at Spencer Brown, then I think that he can be useful on the team who really, really needs some running back depth. Because like I said, I think he ran the ball hard, and I think that he also ran the ball hard at training camp. So I think that if he gets the right opportunities, like he can be a better back than what we have initially seen.
Yeah, and to be quite honest with you, it's really one of those situations where it's kind of like what type back do you prefer?
Yeah.
Do you prefer a smaller speed guy that can get you catches and things like that on third down, like a Raheem Blackshear, or do you prefer a power back like Spencer Brown? Because I ain't gonna lie, Spencer Brown did a lot. Like I said, I seen the stat line Saturday, so I know he was toting that bitch based on yards per carry. I seen him throughout training camp, and I seen him throughout preseason. And he's done a little bit more in the preseason games than Raheem Blackshear has.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know what they were going to decide to do in regards to Blackshear and Spencer Brown, especially with us bringing in bro from Kansas City, because you know they've been having Blackshear
as a
handle
returner.
the return jobs.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit nervous this morning when I woke up, I'll be honest, because I was like, that nigga Spencer Brown, he low-key kind of turned up this summer.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
But between Spencer Brown's skill set and Chuba's skill set, there's too many that lap over, and Chuba's obviously better. And Blackshear gives you that return value, and having let Shi Smith go, you know, that kind of solidified Blackshear. That's why we saw him taking all them reps at returner and camp.
Yeah.
But, so, like I said, when it comes down to Chuba and
and Spencer,
then
yeah. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. Shit, I'm on the Raheem Blackshear train.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna clip Chuba, and I'm still not 100% sure that he hasn't clipped Chuba, because I only seen Chuba in one game this preseason, right?
Yeah, but I think Chuba's one of the guys where you kind of know what you're going to get from him. I personally believe that, so that's why he hasn't really played in the preseason. But about the Spencer Brown situation, like if you have the belief that a lot of other people have and that JJ have, that we don't know really how much faith we can put in Miles Sanders' health right now.
We don't.
So, I mean,
which is something that not really many people are talking about, because every time they ask Frank, every time they ask Scott, every time they ask Miles himself, he's on this train that everybody's on this train that he's 100% ready to go. But I'll be honest with you, I don't know if we seen a full day of practice from Miles Sanders while we were there.
Yeah, I don't think he.
I know he hasn't touched the field in preseason. So y'all telling me this shit is great, but I don't know how much I can trust it.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you have that belief, then it's like Spencer Brown, like him making a roster wouldn't have necessarily been a terrible thing, because if Miles was to get hurt, you're going to have to activate him anyway if he's on practice squad. It's just how soon would that injury come? Not wishing injury on him, but hamstrings aren't something easy to get over. Like we've seen that.
Groin area.
Oh, yeah.
Groin. This is groin.
Oh, so that's even worse.
Even worse. Yeah, I was about to say that's even worse if you ask me personally.
Not to bring LeBron into it, but you seen when he went out with a groin injury, he was damn near out how many games? Damn near half the season.
Yeah.
So that's not an easy injury to battle with. So it's like how much faith can you put in his health?
But for that, you kind of have to look at the roster and then say the 53 man and say who gets cut now if you're going to keep Spence, and that's kind of where it comes down to. Do you like Spence as the fourth string running back more than you like, say, a
second or
sixth
third?
end or something?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Facts.